This is the lecture for topic 7.2, factoring trinomials. In the parentheses, I say easy. I kind of call this the easy method because it's generally referred to as the product sum method. And the difference between this and what you'll learn in 7.2 is that you're not going to have a number in front of our x squared. Okay, so just kind of pointing that out before we get started. One thing that we need to be aware of is the product sum method is the opposite of the FOIL method. Okay, so as a reminder, I'm going to turn this over and just show you. When we learned how to FOIL, maybe we had x plus 2 times x plus 3. We took first times first, which was x squared, x times 3, which is a positive 3x. 2 times x, which was a positive 2x, and 2 times 3, which is a positive 6. In the middle, you have like terms. So we have x squared plus 5x plus 6. So we learned how to FOIL in previous lectures in this unit. What we're now doing is taking it from here and putting it back into these two parentheses. So one thing that I want you to recognize is we're looking kind of at our first and last term to start with. We're going to split our first term up between the two that you have, so x and x. Okay, so you pull it apart to put them back in the parentheses, and then you're going to list the products. That's why this is called the product and sum method, 1 times 6 and 2 times 3. We're going to list the products of that last term, and we're going to see if we can create the middle term with either of those pairs by adding or subtracting. That's what sum means, okay? So we're doing the products, we list the products, but then we use those products to see if we can sum them. But I want you to think adding or subtracting, because we're doing that by a sign, which we'll talk about in a minute, to make a 5x. Well, if I had a positive 2 and a positive 3, I would make a positive 5. And that's what I'm wanting to do. So what you're going to notice is if your last term is positive, we'll be using same signs. And I'm going to talk about that a lot here in just a minute. And so these were the factors that we would use to put in the parentheses. And notice it's the same as what I just did, or what I had when I was given. So we split our x's apart, x and x, and we list those products of 6. And we choose the pair according to a rule that you're going to learn, which will use same signs, two positives, a 2 and a 3. If you add them together, do make that middle term of 5x. And we're going to plug those back into those parentheses. So we're doing the opposite of FOIL in this lesson. So again, just reiterating exactly what I said, what we're going to learn is when the constant term is positive, you're always using the same signs, whether it's two negative signs or two positive signs, okay? Either both are negative or both are positive in your parentheses. When your constant term is negative, you're going to be using opposite signs. So here, obviously you'd be adding the products together. Here you would be subtracting those products together, the list of the products of whatever that constant term is. So let's go talk about that. So looking at example A, I will say this often. I will say, am I using same or opposite signs? Since my last term is positive, I know I'm using same signs to try to make the middle term. In this case, it's going to be a negative 8. So if I list the products of 12, 1 times 12, 2 times 6, and 3 times 4, I want to see, do any of these pairs, would they add up, since I'm using same signs, to make a negative 8? Which we could, if we chose the 2 and the 6 pair. If this was a negative 2 and a negative 6, that would make negative 8. So these are the pairs we're going to use in our parentheses. So again, remember, we're doing the backwards of FOIL. So we set up our two parentheses. We're going to split our first term apart, half and half. So this would be like saying x and x in our parentheses. And I'm using these pair, a negative 2 and a negative 6. And that's going to be the factoring of that. Again, you can quickly go back and think about FOIL to check yourself. You would say x times x is x squared. Negative 6 and negative 2 times negative 6, just looking at the last term, would make that positive 12. So instead of showing each step, I'm just showing you another way that you can look at FOIL. Multiply your first terms to see if it made that first term. Multiply your last terms to see if it makes a positive 12. Your middle term comes from the multiplication of your inner, so -2 times x would be a -2x, and your outer term, so that'd be a -6x. When you combine those, that does make a -8. So we did the right factoring. Let's look at another example. Example B over here. The last term is also positive. So again, we're going to be using same signs to make the middle term. The difference is the middle term here is a +8. So my factors for 12 are still the same, but I'm going to list them so that you can see. And so if I'm using same signs, either two positives or two negatives, could I make a +8? Which I could. I could use the 2 and the 6 again, but this time they both need to be positive. So I'm going to use a +2 and a +6 in my factoring. So I set up my two parentheses, and I'm going to split my first term in half, x and x, and then the factors for 12 that I'm going to use were a +2 and a +6. So that's what makes that middle term positive. So notice we're using same signs, right? But in this one, I had to use two negative signs because I want my middle term to be negative. In this one, I used two plus signs. Oh, I wrote +6 or +2, sorry. This one, I want to use two plus signs because I want to make a +8, right? For that middle term. So that's why I use two plus signs. So this would be the factoring of that. Again, I think it's always good habit, and I'll do it a lot with you, is so go back and double check. My first times my first gave me that first term. My last times my last gave me that +12. My middle term comes from, I could multiply my inner and my outer terms together. This would be a +2x and a +6x. When I add those together, that makes that +8. Let's do another example. So if you look here at letter C, I still have a +12, so I'm still using same signs in this example. Okay, so I'm still going to use 1 times 12, 2 times 6, and 3 times 4. The difference is I'm trying to make a +7 as my middle term, not like an 8 or a -8 like I did in the other two examples. So I know 1 and 12 cannot add up to be a 7. 2 and 6 cannot add up to be a 7. If I have a +3 and a +4, those would add up to be 7. So we'll choose those two, that pair, to use those numbers in my factors. So I split my x's apart, x and x, and I'm going to plug in +3 and +4. And so that would be the factoring of that trinomial. Again, it's the opposite of FOIL. Let's go back and check. Did my first times my first make x squared? It did. My last times my last, a +3 times a +4 is a +12. When we add those together, if you did the multiplication of your inner, that'd be a 3x. And your outer terms, that'd be a 4x. That does make that 7x. So we finally get to one where we're multiplying, where we're looking at our last term and we're saying that we would need to use opposite signs in this kind of example. So if your last term is positive, you're always using same signs. That means either two positives or two negatives. If your last term is negative, that means you're using opposite signs, which means you're actually subtracting the products to make the middle term. Okay, in this case, I'm going to make a -4. So let's list factors of 12. So 1 times 12, 2 times 6, and 3 times 4. If I'm using opposite signs, that means I'm subtracting. And I want to make a -4. You need to be careful of which number you apply the negative to, because it does matter. If you want to make a -4 using these two numbers, I would have to have a +2 and a -6 specifically, right? Because it'd be like saying 2 minus 6, or you're combining a +2 and a -6 give you a -4. If this was a +4, you'd trade signs. So you need to be careful about which one you give the positive and the negative to, but what you need to be knowing is when you're using opposite signs, it's the difference, you know, you're like subtracting them. Okay, so we set up our two parentheses, x and x, and then we can plug in +2 minus 6 in our parentheses. So again, they have opposite signs. One of the parentheses has a positive and one has a negative. You can go check yourself. I do it often. X times x is x squared. 2 times a -6 is -12. Okay, go double check your middle term if you want. So you can, I draw these little lines like this to show the multiplication between my inner and my outer terms. I have an imagination, so I call my nose and my mouth. You'll hear me refer to that in our topic 7.3 lecture. But my inner multiplication, 2 times x is 2x. My outer multiplication is a negative 6x. And when I combine that, do I make a negative 4? I do. So we've factored right. So I've boxed out my answer. So this is just me kind of double checking that middle term. And then finally, on one more example like that, to just really stress the rule of you're going to look to your last term to decide if you're using same or opposite signs. And since this is a negative 12 for your last term, you're using opposite signs. If the last term's positive, that's when we use same signs. If it's negative, that's when we use opposite signs. We're still listing the products of 12. That's why it's called product sum method. So we list the products. What times what makes 12? 1 times 12, 2 times 6, 3 times 4. If we're using opposite signs, that means you're subtracting to make that middle term. In this case, I'm making a negative 11. So I'm subtracting these products to try to make that. If I had a positive 1 and a negative 12, I could make that negative 11 middle term. So right here are the pairs that we're going to use. So we can split our x's apart, x and x, and we're going to plug in +1 and -12. So again, double checking that, going back through, you can go through and FOIL and write all those steps, or what I like to do is try to get you to kind of get past that just a little bit, kind of just visually like x times x. I know my first times my first would make my first term. My last times my last, 1 times a negative 12 would make a negative 12. So we did good on our signs. And then our middle term comes from multiplying our inner and outer terms. So 1 times x is 1x, and x times a negative 12 is a negative 12x. So that would make a negative 11, and we factored that correctly.